Welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Frank, on American Eagle Rises. How you guys doing for a Sunday? Here in Michigan, it looks absolutely beautiful again. I wasn't sure if we were going to get some decent weather. So we're going to go walking pretty soon. Thought I'd jump on here, give you guys a video. Just kind of some little things kind of going on, maybe on my side. Maybe you guys kind of feel the same way. So if you're new here, welcome. I'm so glad you found the channel. You know, maybe I can't do everything for you. Maybe you're a troll. That's fine. Go ahead, troll. We still love you too. We may not respond to your trolling ways, and then you returning members, thank you so much. I call you guys members, subscribers. I'll probably keep calling you guys members. I don't know why. My brain's always kind of funny. But without you guys that are subscribing and coming, I don't think I'd be keep doing this as much as I do. So I truly appreciate you guys stopping by, checking it out. It goes a long way. Anywho, what should we start off with first? We kind of do a quick. It's just I know. So if you guys are new here, I try to do like a little bit of a market. I'm not an expert in much, but I have some information here, and I'll kind of give you what my take is here. You know, I don't have a crap load of money, but we do try to take whatever money we have and try to get a return and try to keep our head above water from inflation. Sometimes you gotta go underwater and you come back. Right, just doing that is a Herculean effort. So real quick, I probably won't need my glasses because I'm not really going to go in depth here. Keep an eye on what I talk about, the TNX, can't talk again, sorry, 10-year treasury. I don't know, which way is it going to break? It's at 4.47. This week it might go a little up and down. Geopolitical is going to be really the key. The DXY, the relative strength of the dollar, is like, it's a local low. I kind of continue that trend. It's probably going to keep going down. With that said, that probably means gold's going to keep going up. Silver's pretty high recent. It's not really following gold's lead, but silver kind of lags. Silver's over. I don't want to get into it. I think you guys seen some of my videos. If you're new here, you may want to check out some of the other videos, but I do talk about what the heck's going on. So I checked the SLV. I checked the paper version because that's what they use to manipulate the market of the actual physical. So pretty much every other commodity, it doesn't run that way, but heaven forbid, quote unquote gold, God's money. Satan doesn't like to acknowledge it too much, right? Anyway, with that said, kind of wait and see. If you have some gold, silver, and you want to take a little bit of profit, I'm more of a long-term person. I really don't want to sell my gold and silver. At one time I got to, so I don't need to right now. Let's see if it keeps going up. Most likely it's going to go up just because inflation is just, the dollar is going to go down from a value perspective, so I don't know, right? I don't want to sell it unless I know it's going to go down, right? But anyway, with that said, guys, maybe you guys can relate. I call it tired, exhausted. I don't know what the real word. Maybe fatigue might be. Man, it's like I want to do something, but in the same breath, I feel like I need to recharge. Like it's just like, oh my, it's like go all the time. And I don't know, guys. I think I've been go too much in my life. With not enough rest. Not enough, I don't know. It's almost like you place this burden on yourself. And probably Raymond's talked about. If you guys don't know Raymond's Thoughts and Minds, check out his channel. He's got real good videos. His live streams are. I do like his live streams. Probably 99% of them. Yeah, it's a bunch of guys on there and just it's kind of crazy. We're all just kind of hanging out. So that's kind of what happens, right, when you have a bunch of. But anyway, let's get back to this where. Man, it's almost like I don't want to do anything, but then I put this burden on myself, and then when I don't do it, I feel bad. I almost feel guilty for just like chilling out. I don't know, I don't know. I've had it for so long, and now you get to a point. It's just like, especially this. I don't know. I can't speak for everyone here, so maybe you can relate a little bit. But for me, it's just like, why? It's like the stuff that I want to do. It doesn't have to be done. So I have things that's just like, yeah, I want to do this, I want to do that, and they're not like have to. Like I don't need to do. When I have to, do a little bit of cleaning or. I do gotta put my laundry away. So we clean our laundry, and then like especially like the socks are in a basket, so it's just like they're pretty much the same damn socks. Let's put. So after a couple of days of that, I just keep seeing it on the floor, and then because I see it on the floor more than a couple of days, then I get like, all right, god damn it, I'm here, I'll just get it out of the way. So. I don't know if that's what you guys do, but a lot of things they're not. And there's a couple of things that are like almost borderline. I kind of need to do it because I hadn't done it in a while, but it doesn't need to. So it's like, all right, why? Why am I doing this? There's no one's telling me I need to do it other than myself. There's no reward. There's no. All right, so and it's like, okay, I'm just exhausted, right, or fatigued. So anyway, one of the other things that I started doing lately is that. I heard about this years ago, and I never did it. And I used to be much more very rigid, very disciplined. So we've been trying to not be so much. It's just doing that for so many years is just difficult. But I don't know. I'll maybe show you guys. But like on my door that comes in here, there's like it's like what do they call it? French doors. Whatever. It opens up. It's like a little den/office here in the front of my house. And these doors have like glass onto them. And I'm almost about to just take them off because it's sort of in my way. So I have the one always propped open and the other one's always stuck. But anyway, so I started putting a bunch of Post-it notes of like all. Because sometimes, right, you kind of like wonder like, and it's like little things that like might take like 30 minutes, maybe 10 minutes. And you just forget and you're like, oh yeah, I need to do that tomorrow. And it's just like tomorrow, 2 weeks. 2 months. And then I end up like saving it for like my vacations. And then my vacations are like this, oh yeah, I need it. But I want to do these things not with the like guilt or like I have to do it. I kind of want to do it my own volition, or at least let myself feel that I'm doing it, not necessarily like, oh, okay, we'll do this. Okay, it wasn't horrible, wasn't great, right? Just kind of like that neutral ground where we don't feel super pressured, but in the same breath, it doesn't really bring us a lot of joy. Other than once it's all done, you're like, hey, I finally did it, yeah, and you kind of feel a little bit better from that. So I have all these Post-it notes. I say a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I put like just one little thing and stick it up, and another little thing and just stick it up. So I kind of remember. So I don't know. I'll probably keep populating that, and then like maybe like take 1 or 2. Now I think the majority of these are like you can do inside. So I started like, all right, well, when I write them, maybe I should gather them like, okay, this is for outside. So when the night weather is nice, put it on one side, and then I don't know, right? It's just so anyway. I don't know if that we're gonna try it out. I don't know. Maybe have you guys responded? If you guys have done that or something similar. Yeah, we got phones and stuff, and you can put a little list in here. But it's on my phone, and I'm not like a big phone person. Like other than YouTube, I'm not really sure. Like, and I got like I think like a game, like 1 or 2 games on here, that I sort of kind of play, right? But they normally don't. I'm not on there that long. Like the one game is like Pokemon. use the open packs. I guess you can battle. I just use it to open packs. I don't have to, whatever, buy a bunch of, spend a bunch of money. But unless it's like prompting me, so for me, it's more of a visual thing. So if I see it, then I kind of do something, right? So it's kind of one of those things. If you gotta kind of know thyself type of thing, kind of know. All right, what are the things that you can do to yourself to kind of help? Either try to minimize a blind side or minimize a quote unquote weakness or difficulty. I'm not sure what language we're supposed to use. I'm always confused because General Motors has their own language, and it's like, okay, what wokeism are we talking today? And they keep changing all this stuff, and then they change the definition of the words. And I already had a hard time in school with English and talking and writing. Like, I could write, you could read the words, but like the words altogether didn't. It was like a stew. All these things just put in there. It's like, oh yeah, it tastes good, but like it's like weird. It's the weirdest stew I've ever had. Like, where did you come up with this recipe? I don't know. I just put it all in there. That's kind of how I've gotten better. But again, like compared to like most people, I'm probably way. But when it comes to speech and talking, I know you guys wouldn't know that here because I'm kind of like, I sound like 5th grade level, which is, I don't know. I think we need to at least talk on some level where we're not all talking over each other's heads and trying to like, hey, I know more than you type of thing, right? But yeah, actually, when I'm at work, I can sound a little more refined is the word. Yeah. So what else was I going to tell you guys? And I need to kind of look over here. Nothing major in the news. I call it status quo from the other. I know. Which status quo are you talking about, right? So, there was the big parade yesterday down in Washington, D.C. I saw some of that stuff that looked sick as hell. Seeing all them tanks and it was really cool because a lot of the guys that were participating in the military, the army, they had like their fatigues from that era. So you saw some like Vietnam, Nam guys, those old, olive green. That looked pretty cool. I think they had like Desert Storm guys from like the 91. Stuff like that. I thought that was pretty cool, right? Because if you guys don't know, it was actually the Army's birthday as well. So Flag Day is, I know that's funny. Like people were like giving, it's Trump's birthday, so it's his birthday. No. It just coincided with his birthday. Flag Day was the 14th. 14th? Yeah, 14th. The 14th. So his birthday and the Flag Day, and guess what? And the Army's birthday. So, yeah, okay, whatever. And then, all these stupid, the no king protest. Yeah, all right. That's not natural, meaning that wasn't an organic protest. A lot of those people were either, like, they're just so emotionally and they're pissed. Or they got paid or a little bit of both. And, of course, there's always someone in there that they probably genuinely wanted to protest, but by and large, I don't think that's most of the people. But anyway, you can have a different opinion on that. That's totally fine. But outside of that, whatever, Iran, whatever. I wanted to say Iran, Iraq. That was when I was a kid. I didn't even know what was going on. Yeah, but the Israel-Iran thing. Yeah, Iran's going to just keep trying to, I don't want to say they're grasping for straws right now, but they gotta, if they don't try to respond, right, with what they've been doing, basically throwing stones, right? Now, they're bigger impact than a stone, unfortunately, right? But what'd you expect, right? So yeah, they hit a couple of targets down there. In Israel, I think like probably, if you're like in Jerusalem, Tel Aviv, and I'm trying to remember the other one. Anyway, those are the two major cities. So yeah, if you're in there, man, I don't know, man. You better make sure you're like in a bunker. down in the basement. You're in a high rise, dude. Anyway. Yeah, so I don't expect that to really improve. I don't know if it'll necessarily escalate. It depends on all the shenanigans of the false flags and here and there. And please, President Trump, don't get involved with this. I don't think he's going to, but it's almost like I wonder if we'll have to get involved because someone else did something, and then everyone thinks it's one way, right? So then it's like, oh, okay, everyone is convinced, so now it doesn't matter. But then again, whose narrative is being spun on what day? Who defines the words? I don't know. But anyway, Iran's been doing that so that they don't lose their regime, right? If you live in Iran and you're like, oh, hey, we just got nailed by Israel and we're supposed to not like them, and then your regime doesn't even respond, right? That doesn't, even if you don't like the regime, you're just like, well, what the hell? Like, I don't like your regime, but like you're just sitting there being passive about it. But then the same, who knows what the hell? Hopefully some damn sleeper cell doesn't get activated or something like that. That's what I'm talking about, man. That's that. I'm not trying to think about it. It's almost like I can't do anything about it anyway. It's just more for awareness, right? We all need to be at least aware of what's going on. Whether or not we can do anything about it or, right, I don't know. Every once in a while, maybe like an escape. I call it escapism, right? Like maybe for a brief moment in time, you stick your head in the sand just so you're just like, oh my God, I gotta, like you're meditating type of thing, right? And then you kind of come back to reality and you're like, oh yeah, crap. Yeah, all right, what do we got? We got, right around 17 minutes. So I didn't want this to be more than 20, so I guess we made it, folks. I appreciate if you made it this long. If you're new, I would encourage you to subscribe. And you're returning people, you are the reason why I keep making videos. We don't get a lot of views here. We're like a micro channel. And we're trying to see what sticks here on YouTube. I will say the one thing... And I don't know. It's one of those, like, do I really know if it works or not? I don't know. But I've been noticing a trend where it's almost like if I say something more outlandish, it gets more views. And I don't know. My brain doesn't work this way. Like, I'd rather be more honest and upfront with people. But it seems obvious that the general population does not care. Like, the general population will complain that it's boring, but yet when they get something like, and then they'll complain that it's a lie. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm some alien race, and somehow when I got materialized here, they're like, oh yeah, we have an assignment for you. You're not gonna like it. And he's like, I'm like, well, what? You're like, well, to progress in your in your multiverse or whatever, right? We gotta assign you to Earth, and I'm like, oh, because like it's almost like everyone doesn't want to come here, and so it's like I come. I sometimes feel that way, guys. Like I don't know. What do you think, right? And I don't know, man. I really try, guys. I really try. I'm trying to hope and at least trying to keep the door open that other people actually want to do the right thing or at least consider it. Like, and I don't know why too. Like I hear all this like Gen X is bad and whatnot, and I get it, right? But I don't know. The things that are quote unquote negative about Gen X, I never really did. I never shitted on like millennials or the younger kids. Like, to be honest, like when I was a teenager, all the younger kids looked up to me, right? So, everywhere I went, it was kind of like I was the parent. So like all these younger kids, they were kind of like my little, like my little family. They were like all my little kids in some way, right? So I always looked out for them, and I still feel that way, right? Whatever you want to call it, the paternal instinct, right? And I don't know. I know a lot of Gen Xers. They spoiled their kids, and now they're sort of regretting it, and they're just whatever. Oh, Gen X is in the shadows, right? Oh well, okay, fine. I was in the shadows when I was younger, but I was like basically not even tolerated, right? I was told like, get out of here. We don't need you, right? You're loser, worthless piece of what, right? But see, I'm trying now. I'm here. I'm here to lead, guys. I'm here. And I'm Gen X, okay? So can we lay off of this, right? If we want Gen X to stand up and take a leadership position, maybe a little bit of like, hey, it'd be nice if we can get a little bit of, like, hey, yeah, great, let's do it, right? Like, not this, like, oh, hey, just let's bash on people. And it's not just Gen X. It's almost like everyone's just bashing everyone. And it's just like, if you're not perfect, right? But I've always been this way. I've always wanted to help others, but it's really hard to help others when other people are like, hey, you're trying to help this person. They're like, oh, yeah, Gen X has been sitting in the shadows, just not doing anything. It's like, well, then fine. I'm not going to do anything because you have that damn attitude. That you're not even going to be a remote grateful. Anyway, I just went on a 2-minute rant there. But anyway, guys, that's why I'm so fatigued, or at least part of it, right? It's just like, man, every time I try, nothing ever happens. If anything, it just gets worse. And then people are I don't know, man. It's like, what needs to be done, but like everyone's in your damn way. And heaven forbid, you're just like, hey man, let me do it. It's like, ooh, who put you in charge? It's like, dude, you're waiting for a leader, and then someone's like, again, I'm not saying you need to do something. I'm like, dude, get out of the way. I'll show what we need to do. And then you're just tearing people down. Again, that's what I'm saying, right? Like, maybe I'm 1 in 100, or even maybe whatever. I don't want to sound special, right? I've never wanted to be special. I sometimes feel that way. Sometimes I don't. I don't know, sometimes I feel like it's like a damn curse. I don't know, maybe you guys need to figure out what's going on. I know it's not you guys in particular, but that I'm getting that message out to society, and I don't know, I'll be here, guys. Let me know when you guys are ready to put on your boots and your fatigues, and you're ready to the proverbial let's rock, right? Can you do it before I get too old? Okay, please. 51, the body's not here. I don't know, maybe I don't need a body to lead. I don't know, maybe. We'll see what God says. All right, 23 minutes. Sorry I took another couple of minutes there to kind of... Anyway, let's find the stop button, and we'll see you soon, all right? Bye.